Bill, one of your practices was that you wanted to eliminate job descriptions and develop job expectations. I mean, every job I've worked at, I've had a job description, and the bigger the companies, the longer the description. Explain why you would want to eliminate job descriptions.
Well, what I discovered was this. If you have a job description and you do everything on the job description, you expect to be rewarded whether you're productive or not. And what I realized is someone could do everything on the job description and still fail. So, what we did in our company, we changed it from job descriptions to job expectations. And job expectation is productive behavior that will achieve the results that we expect out of you. So, you don't have to do everything on the job description to be successful. And if you do everything on the job description and you're not successful, what recourse does the employer have? But if I say, Philip, here is the job, here is the expectation for you on this job, and I want you to achieve these expectations, then you've got to figure out some creative ways sometimes to achieve those. And what we found also is some associates could achieve the job expectation without going through a lot of steps, or someone else may have to use many steps to get there, but both of them could be successful.
Yeah, I mean, when I think back about my own work as a photojournalist, that I think that I'd get these long lists of job descriptions, but nobody ever really followed those, and there was always a disclaimer at the end of that saying, and whatever else the work entails.
Yeah. Well, and the thing about it is, when you talk with an associate, and they say, well, I did everything on the description, then what do you say? Well, my description was wrong. Well, I don't want to say that. What I'm going to say is, listen, here's what we expect out of you. We expect productive behavior to achieve the expectation of this job. Now, you figure out how to do it within these parameters.
Knowing what you know about, say, newspapers, I'm just going to pick a business that I'm familiar with. What kind of list of job expectations would you put down for a crime beat news reporter?
Well, first thing, he's got to be able to find the crimes, right? And don't come back and say there's no crimes in this area, because there's crimes everywhere. Secondly, if he's a crime beat news reporter, he needs to be able to capture the essence of the story. Now, if he comes back and tells me a story that's pretty boring, he may have met the job description, but he didn't meet the expectation of productive behavior. So I want him to go out there and I want him to use some creativity. If he's not creative, he needs to find someone who will help him become more creative to capture the essence of that story, because that's what's going to sell newspapers. What
about in your work? Can you think of a good example of when you actually eliminated a description and wrote an expectation for a specific role in your business?
Well, in our business, for instance, if you were a first-line supervisor, we had expectations of so much money you were supposed to produce each month. Now, you had 9 people to achieve that. What if you had 2 people who were off that month? What are you going to do, come back and say to me, well, I can't meet the expectation because I have 2 people off? We said to you, you need to plan and you need to be creative to fill the void when you have people absent. So you need to be planning that ahead of time. That was the expectation. The expectation was, okay, if you have 2 people off this month, you can have less production.
Great.